Today we're going to be continuing with the conversation where we left it off. Mr. Del Gracious is going to be continuing to show us around his garden as we continue to learn today. Chili is one of the crops that does not have a higher demand as compared to hot pepper, because the company may have an order of 200 boxes or 500 boxes of chili, yet they would ask for 2,000 boxes of hot pepper, which shows that for Ugandan farmers, chili is not highly demanded as compared to hot pepper. We have a bigger market as Ugandan exporters for hot pepper than we do for chili. So one of the biggest challenges we have is hot pepper segregates soil. Sometimes when you grow hot pepper on a piece of land, hot pepper may refuse to come back. How do you know that? He's going to be explaining a little bit more, showing us his garden and how they experienced such an issue. So they planted hot pepper in this piece of property on 2 acres. They harvested once, and then later on, when they were supposed to harvest the second time, they brought these tiny leaves, because when they bring these tiny leaves, they will produce a very tiny fruit, and a very tiny fruit is not required on the market. It will not be taken by exporters. It will be considered reject, which means the farmer will make losses only. So the best thing for a farmer, if this happens, is to just abandon this land and cut their losses. Because if you continue to invest in such, it's of no effect. You lose even much more, yet you will not be able to redeem the crops. So what they did is to forget about these 2 acres of hot pepper and concentrate on chili. The crop has to produce a bigger leaf, just similar to this one, because this plantation is still okay, but it won't be long before it too gets sick. But currently, this leaf is the kind of leaf that the crop is supposed to produce for you to know that it will bring a healthy fruit. It will produce this kind of fruit when it has a healthy fruit, a healthy leaf. Now you see this fruit, this is the size. This size is good, it can be taken on the market. So it grows and it is able to spread, and then you can easily harvest healthy fruits. Now we asked if they do not have any medication that they can use to treat this kind of situation, this tiny leaf situation. As of now, we do not have any remedy for such tiny leaves. We do not understand what this disease is called, but when this thing comes, it starts with one plant and then it goes to a second plant. It is spread by the bee. The bee will come to fertilize this plant, and then it will fly from one plant to another, and in that process the bee will spread that disease or defect throughout the whole plantation. There is no medication. We have tried all kinds of medications, but we think it is due to the soil. Sometimes they say the soil is not fertile, but no, the soil is fertile because they germinate. Some think it's seeds, but someone can come. Some people have taken seedlings from this particular place and took and grew in other parts of the land, and their hot pepper grew healthy without having this defect. So we think it's this particular land that could be having that defect. So you see, they become like this. When they turn like this, they will not have a comeback. They cannot return to normal growth. So the best solution is to forget about the plantation. So when you look at this is one of the challenges that farmers can face. Like, they had to abandon these 2 acres when this situation turned like this, and they had to continue with other things. These are some of the losses they make on the job. For a crop to grow healthy and grow to the size required, it gets all the energy and all the nutrition from its leaves. When the leaves are tiny, it won't be able to get what it needs to grow fat and grow to the size that is required on the market. They even tried to plant hot pepper. Since the piece of property is big, they planted far away on the same property, and the same thing happened with hot pepper. So we asked him whether this situation won't affect the chili. It cannot. We have discovered that chili can easily grow in this place. Though they cannot grow hot pepper on this property, this same property has given them very good returns of chili. So the defect that hot pepper has is not affecting chili. And he shared with us also that on this same property where hot pepper has refused to return, you can easily slash and remove everything and burn all the crops for hot pepper and put chili. Chili will come back and grow healthy. It won't be affected by this same defect. So this goes to tell you that as much as hot pepper segregates land, chili does not segregate land as much as hot pepper. Where hot pepper cannot grow, chili can grow. So he took us to this piece of property that is 2 acres. This whole property where we are at is 7 acres, and he's using 2 acres to grow chili. But they had used 2 acres also to grow hot pepper. But what happened to the 2 acres they had used to grow hot pepper is, after just 1 harvest, all the crops they had grown died off. How this came about is a particular defect that they think is in the land that does not work well with hot pepper. So this is going to be the ending of part 2 of this visit. Next time we're going to be continuing with part 3 of this visit.